Hello everyone, my name is Grace. Welcome back to my channel. I'm going to show you how to make a see-through postcard today, and actually two postcards. Here are the materials. For today's project, I'm going to be using these punched out stars which I found at a garage sale. They're just regular construction paper, and I'm sure that you could just get a punch and punch these out. The trick is to get these punch outs as small as possible, so we don't want something which is too large. Like these, like this one for example, we don't want something as large as a 1-inch circle. So for example, if you don't have stars and you want to punch something out, you could just use these paper punches, hole punches. And the key is to make sure that both sides of the paper are, colored, because you don't want to get a paper that has a pattern on one side and white on the other side. Don't forget, this is going to be a see-through postcard, and you will be able to see both sides of the paper that is inside. So you can just punch holes in various colors. I can't seem to, okay, so just punch holes and then switch out, get a different color. I've just used some scrap paper. And then you'll have, you have paper which you can put in your, into your postcard. Alternatively, if you want to be a little bit more fancy and you have a die cut machine, you could cut out sentiments. So I have here some which I cut out a long time ago. I've actually made a postcard using these sentiments, and today I'm going to be using them again for the second postcard. For the first postcard, I'm going to be gluing down all the edges with the double-sided tape. After gluing down the edges, remove the double-sided tape to reveal the sticky layer. Okay, now that we've removed the double-sided tape, I'm just going to generously put these stars in the center, and I'm taking care not to touch the edges because I do not want these stars to stick onto the tape. Of course, you cannot avoid it completely, because after you seal it up, there may be one or two that, stray ones that might actually get stuck. So I'm going to put as many as I can. I'm going to take the second layer and carefully put it over here. Okay, so now it is all glued together and it's ready for the next stage. Okay, for the next stage, I'm going to use whiteout on the surface of the acetate. And the reason why I'm doing this is because when you write on a transparent surface, it is very easy for the male person to not be able to read it and miss the address. So there are two ways to to highlight the address, and one of them is to add whiteout, and then you just write the address on the white section. And of course, there is another way which I will show you after this. So this is just one way, and I did not do it very perfect, but I'm not after perfection here. I'm using a tracing paper, and I'm going to glue this onto the wrong side. By wrong side, I mean the left side of the postcard. Most of the time, we would write our addresses on the right hand side, but I wanted this to be the back side of the postcard. So I'm gluing it on with Fabri-Tac glue, which is a very strong glue. I tried to use double-sided tape, but it would not stick. Wax paper and acetate do not go well at all. I wanted to use baking paper because I wanted to keep the translucency. I didn't want to lose the see-through effect. I suppose you could use tracing paper, but I didn't have any on hand. So here I'm going to glue the paper, and then later on the die cut words would go on top of it, and it would form the front of the postcard. Now, if you already know who you're going to send this postcard to, you could write the address down first and then glue it on. I didn't have anyone in mind, so I just left it blank. And if you remember my first method, I used whiteout to put over the surface of the acetate, but here I'm using a transparent like paper, and now I flipped it around and you can see that is going to be where the address is going. For the second postcard, I decided to sew around the edges, and here I've written the address on the acetate with permanent marker, and this is the front, and you'll see that the words are facing the right side up. Now I hope you can understand why I decided to put the baking paper onto the left hand side of the postcard. This is the one with the double-sided tape, and you'll see that the whiteout really helps to highlight the address. Without it, it's pretty hard to read as it is. So I hope that you have enjoyed this tutorial, and I hope to see you once again. Thank you for watching.